bed. Music bed. Music bed. Music bed. Music bed.
All right, welcome back to the Monday Message. This is Adam Lucas here. I'll be going over the numbers. We also have a special guest, Jeremico Edwards, who will follow shortly thereafter me finishing the numbers. So hope everyone had a good week, good weekend as well. And let's jump right in. So one second as we pull these numbers up. All right, let's jump in. So weekly submitted, I'm going to start with all producers. Well, only one at the top is Jeremico at $9,000. Over 19 applications. Way to go, Jeremico. And then all producers at 6,000. We got Mimi Romero with 5 applications. Evan Patz sitting around 3 applications there. We got Chelsea Bailey at 6 applications, as well as Kara Gant sitting right at 6,000 with 1 application, and Brandon and Ashley Beal also with 2 applications right at 6,000. All producers at 5,000. We have Rogers and Kim Strader, way to go, with 5 applications there. 4,000 here. We have Mark Hutchinson, 3 applications. Rachel Hernandez sitting at 4,000 as well, over 3 applications. All producers at 3,000 so far. We have Mike Guerra sitting with 3 applications. Kaya Roman with 1. Mervin P on Mimi's team sitting at 3,337 over 4 applications. Way to go. Sean Cuff also sitting in that 3,000 with 5 applications there. Diana Castile with 6 applications and $3,000. And all producers at 2,000 here. We got a big list here. Jennifer Midgilly with 4 applications. Priscilla Jeffers, 4 applications as well. Nick Greco with 2 applications at $2,482. Way to go. Irene Wilson sitting at 3 applications as well. Jasmine Torres. And we also have Calderon Green, Seth and Adina Decker, David Fleming, it looks like Devin Fitz, all around that 2,000. Now we're going to go right into the 1,000 for the AP for last week. Tom Payne, Donna Williams, Jude Smith, Brandy Blankenship, and Mallory Barnes, all at 1,000. And then we're going to go over to the top 5 producers here for last week. So number 1, actually we're going to start at the bottom. Rosalind Gilmore sitting at 9,360 over 2 applications, just beating out Jeremico there. In the 4th spot, we have Adam and Sydney Burge at $10,468.44 over 8 applications. 3, we have Sabrina Floyd, which I just talked to here recently. Way to go, Sabrina, at $12,359 over 21 applications. Way to go. That's work right there. Number 2, Jillian and Sheena Wright sitting at $5,231 over 5 applications. And number 1, leading the way, Stephen Davies at $22,532.14 over 3 applications. Way to go. And that's top 5. Now we're going to go to top 5 weekly paychecks. Number 5 is Rachel Hernandez sitting around $3,936.08. Way to go. 4, we have Mike Guerra, $4,234.20. Number 3, Nicholas Greco, $5,326 over and 52 cents. Way to go, Nick. Number 2, we got Mark Hutch sitting at $6,472.49. Way to go, Mark. And number 1, we have Rogers and Kim Strader sitting at $8,858.38. Way to go. That's what I love to see right there. Way to go, Kim and Rogers. All right, month-to-date issue paid. We have number 1, Danny Hoyt, $31,000 over 3 apps. Number 2, we got Mark Hutchinson at $24,000 over 20 apps. So far, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is for the previous month, not the month of March, but the previous month. So number 3, we have Stephen Davies with $23,000 13 apps. That's really good. Number 4, we have Jeremico Edwards at 23,000 as well, just slightly under, but 28 applications. Way to go, Jeremico. Number 5, we have Taylor Bellamy. She's actually at 21,000 with 1 app. That must have been a huge app there. So way to go, Taylor. Number 6, Kim and Rogers, 21,000, just right under there. Actually, they're tied, but with 14 applications. 7, we have Keith Brown at 15,000, 1 application. David Fleming coming in at number 8 at 13,000, 17 applications. Irene Wilson with 13,000, over 15 applications there, and Evan Patzer in the 10th spot, 12,000 there with 7 applications. Way to go. So I'd love to see. Let's go to the next year-to-date issue paid. We're going to start with the top. Mark Hutchinson at $44,123.84. 34 applications. Jeremico's in the 2nd spot, $40,915.77, over looks like 58 applications. That's really impressive. Number 3, Stephen Davies, $40,838.80, over 21 applications there. Jennifer's at $35,806.34, just beating Jeremico in the number of applications submitted at 59 applications. Way to go. Kim and Rogers fighting strong, top 5. They got $34,575.93 there, over 29 applications. Way to go. Dan Hoyt, $31,777.56, 4 applications. Mimi in the top 10 spot, but coming in at number 7, $29,819.28, over 20 applications, grinding her way. Way to go, Mimi. And number 8, Evan Patzer at $29,126.43, 15 applications. Irene Wilson back on the leaderboard with $25,572.84, 28 applications. And in the 10th spot, but leading the way in the number of applications we have, or apps submitted, Seth and Adina Decker, $12,432.90, 120 applications. So way to go, way to go. Okay, Freedom Leaderboard. This is one of my favorite things to look at. We're going to start from the bottom here. We have Sanael, and let me know if I'm not pronouncing this correctly. Chumari, I believe, with 1 application. Julian and Sheena Wright also with 1 application. Noel Wilson, 3 applications, and leading the way is Brandon and Ashley Beal with 10, or not applications, but fast tracks, bringing on new with here in their team. So way to go. That's what I love to see. Contracts, we're going to start from the bottom, work our way from the top. Carmen Davis, 1, Jeanette Thompson and Rachel Hantley, Rogers and Kim Straughter, Stacy Colbrith, and Darlene Garcia, Adam and Sydney Burge, all with 1 contract. These are agents who have been contracted, ready to go. Way to go. That's what I love to see. Contracted with carriers. They're probably going to be starting this week or may have already started. That's what I love to see. And then leading the way is Noel Wilson with 2 contracts. So I love to see. And I believe that's it. I'm going to pass it over to Jeremico Edwards. Hopefully he's here with us. Jeremico, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Nice.
Yes. I'm fired up, brother.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to pass it on to you, please. I'm sure you have a lot of things you want to share, some very inspiring words for all of us for this Monday message to get us going this week. So floor's all yours, man.
All right. Thanks a lot, Adam. I appreciate you, man. All right. So my name is Jeremico Edwards, and I'm fired up. Did y'all see those leaderboards? Oh, my goodness. We got new people winning all over the place. We got Rogers and Kim Straughter. They had their biggest pay week ever. I think that was the biggest pay week. Yeah, I mean, over $8,000 in a week. Who makes $8,000 in a week? If you know people like that, kudos to you. Kudos to you if you know people who If you know people who can make $8,000 in a week just from sitting with people, like not like in the sewers, cleaning up mess, not doing something that's backbreaking, but just helping people. You know somebody who can make money like that? Heck, if they're making money like that, tell them to join our business. They can make it easier. So if they make 8,000 in a week, tell them to join our business. They can make 8,000 in a week, barely doing nothing. So my name is Jeremico Edwards, and this week, golly, we got a big week ahead of us. We got Andy and Steven coming into Detroit. They are in Chicago today, and so Steven asked me to host a call today, and I'm so grateful that he asked me to, because we have a lot of things we want to say to the team. We hit, our team hit national manager, for the month of February. And so we're going to do it again in March, April, May. Like, we just going to keep that momentum going. And that's what I want to talk about today, is how to get and keep momentum. So I just have 3 things that I'm going to talk about when it comes to momentum. But as you heard on the leaderboards, Rogers and Kim, they had their biggest week ever. Like, he's right up there as far as the issue pay for the year. I mean, this will probably be their best year ever, Rogers and Kim. So I want to get them on. I want to talk to them because they, in talking to Rogers on the phone, his mindset and what he wants to accomplish is just insane. And so he has the momentum. He has the right mindset. His wife, Kim, she's right behind him, supporting him. And so we all want to get a little bit of that energy. So we're going to hear from Rogers and Kim, and then I'm going to come back on. I'm going to go over just the 3 things that you can do quickly just to get momentum and keep momentum. All right. So let's hear from the superstars of the leaderboards. Y'all killed it. Y'all killed it. I'm so proud of y'all. Rogers and Kim, just talk to the team and tell them about just, what's on your mind, what's on your heart. How do you plan on keeping the momentum that you have, because your team is like on fire?
I want to, Kim and I like to thank you, Jeremico, for inviting us to be on a call today. Stephen and Holly Davies and Andy and Jane Albright for providing an opportunity for us to change our lives and change the lives of others. We're having a good time. I'm going to just start a little bit, let Kim go ahead and then just kind of wrap things up. But I'm thinking it's just the feeling of why not us, or why not now? There's so many other folks doing the same thing. And just thinking about what you don't want to go back to. Whenever I'm working, I'm thinking like, I don't want to go back to Home Depot. I don't want to go back, to cleaning toilets or fixing toilets as a plumber. And people will say, oh, when I tell them my background, my story, they're like, oh yeah, I'm here in Detroit, Michigan, from where we hail with you, Jeremico. They say, oh, well, I should call you for plumbing. And I'm like, oh, no. I got people now. And so I can do more good in what we do right here. And so now, keeping that in mind, as far as momentum, I mentioned the cleaning toilets, fixing toilets, so we're in Orange Apron at Home Depot. I don't want to go back to those things. And so that keeps me with the right momentum, like rent is due. We celebrate for maybe 30 seconds, and then we're like, okay, who we got to call next? And that's the thing, is just the consistency and just wanting to avoid the roller coaster, the highs and the lows of the business. I don't know if you knew this, Jeremy, but when I was a boy, I was scared of roller coasters. And so I said, I'm not scared of them anymore, but still, I want to be scared of roller coasters in this business, as far as the fact of I can't celebrate too long. I don't want to go on a roller coaster financially. So I want to keep pushing so I can avoid that high and low, which they will come, but I don't enjoy riding them. And so that's part of my wanting to just keep pushing forward and really not go backwards and have some persistency and consistency. That's what I want to highlight. But Kim, she's my ace. She's my best friend and wife, and she's a big help to us doing that.
So, Jeremico, thanks again for having us on the call. And Rogers is right. It's just looking at our past and where we've been. We don't want to go back. We really don't want to go back. So to keep our momentum and to stay focused, it's simple things. It's simple things. It's like, who are we associating with? Who are we talking to? as far as mentorship, we're talking with you on a daily basis, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, to get the encouragement that we need and just to make sure we keep our minds right. Another thing that's really important is having a good schedule. We're always tweaking our schedule, but just to wake up every day and trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do? You're not going to accomplish anything. But we discuss our schedules every night. Okay, what's the plan for the next day? What are we doing for the next week? What are our goals for the next month? All of those things hinge on having a really good schedule. Another good thing that we've been implementing and that we've always done, but we're trying to do it even more so, is effectively communicating even with all of our agents on our team and letting them know that whatever it is that you need from us, whatever help you need, we are here for you. We don't want to just recruit people and then leave them hanging on their own. We want to make sure that they know, call Rogers, call Kim. And if we don't have the answer, we're going to find it. So just massive, massive activity. And it's nothing new. We've been hearing it before. We've always heard it. Stephen has been preaching this to us forever. Have massive, massive activity in all of those areas, and then you will see the results. That keeps the momentum going, is because, like, wow, this is great. Over $8,000 last week. Yay, that was great. And seeing the paychecks, even for the people who are on our team, we're excited for them too. But as it's been said, rent is due the next day, so we don't celebrate too long. We get right back to work. And those are just some of the things that we do to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, so Jeremico, that N24/7 RU is not a catchphrase. I come to realize that it really is N24/7. And so what I mean by that, I still have a separation with my, my family, my spiritual side, business side. Everything's separated, and I have my priorities: spiritual side, family, and business. However, in the back of my mind, being N24/7, I'm constantly thinking, how can I help the next person? Who can I help? How can I help them? And then sending a quick text message, not 9 to 5, but it's Sunday evening. Last night I was sending a text message. This morning, lady called me like, yep, I'm ready, out of the blue, just from one text message last night. Because I was just thinking, like, who can I help next? Oh, that's right, so-and-so. I need to send a message to her. So if you're constantly thinking about the business, you got to keep momentum going. So don't shut it down because it's the weekend. Think about who you can help and how you can help. So that's what we do.
And speaking of that, another thing that we do, and which is a big responsibility that I have, is keeping in contact with all of the families and the clients that we help. We just don't sell to people and then say, okay, see you later. We are friends to them. We tell them, we are your new family members. So we stay in constant contact with these individuals. And even sometimes if it's something like customer service, that's not beneath us. It's not beneath us, because people really appreciate when you go above and beyond and help them. And when you do that, then that's repeat business, that's more referrals. So when if you include all of that in your activity too, that just keeps the momentum going just like that. And we're not going to stop. We're not stopping.
Dang, that's powerful, y'all. That's how you run the business. So real quick, okay, just to go back on that point. Let's see, what did Roger say? Roger said about you constantly thinking. So you're constantly thinking, who can I help next? And then Kim followed that up with how you're always helping, like getting referrals and adding ancillary products and just helping people with extra stuff. What would you tell a new agent where they kind of work 1 week and don't work the next week, work 1 week, don't work the next? Like what's some tips they can use to just be more consistent and think in the back of their head, who can I help next?
Well, think about the sales you made the previous week. So all the business that was submitted or business that was issued paid last week, now you need to call those individuals up and go over the policies with them. It gives you an opportunity to follow up on something that you may have missed. So for a new agent, I'm doing it still, is when I write the policy, I'm going to say, now when this is approved, I'm going to go over the policy with you when it comes in the mail. We're going to make sure everything is to your liking. that gives the opportunity for me to follow up with, okay, who did we miss? Who else do we need to get? Or, okay, now that you have the big block, the big blocks, now let's look at the other products that we can use, these ancillary products, hospital indemnity, accidental death, any other product that we may have forgotten about. We take care of the big thing, and then we can follow up with something else. And also, if we did miss the ERS the first time, which we should not, it gives you opportunity to say, all right, we got this policy, it's gold. Now we need to get your emergency contacts in place. So it's a follow-up. And now you're not just a salesperson, but you're a person that care about the family who happens to have an insurance license. And that's another way to keep the ball rolling.
That's excellent. We are listening to a couple, y'all. Look, don't forget, we're listening to a couple who just got $8,000 deposited into their bank account. So they're telling you how to get $8,000 deposited, and they're going to go higher and higher. So great tips, Roger and Kim. Any last thing, anything just on your mind that you want to tell the team?
Please communicate. Please communicate. When you're having difficulties, when you're having a good week, it doesn't matter. Please communicate with your upline manager or whoever you're being mentored by. So don't wallow, if you're stuck, don't wallow in it. Please reach out and get help, because look, if we can do it, you guys can do it too. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree with Kim 100%. Just keep reaching out. Don't let, Stephen, Jared, Miko, and the other leaders have all the fun. Join us. It's not fun without you. And think about this. Try to win the trip. Try to win the trip earlier in the year. So work harder earlier in the week, earlier in the month, earlier in the year. Win the trip as soon as possible, because that way we're not enjoying New Zealand without you. And so just keep that in mind. Oh, and Andy said it last week. In your downtime, late at night before you go to bed, outside of you reading your book, look at Royal Caribbean, Ovation of the Seas. Look at the website, look at the boat, imagine yourself on it. When we get on that boat, we should know every inch of the boat. So when we get there, it's like we've been there before. And that will help your belief level, because there's no reason you can't make the trip, and it's not fun without you.
Just on a personal note, I just personally want to say I am really so proud of our team and the things that they've accomplished. We can't do this alone. This truly is a business about teamwork, and just let's all please stay cohesive, and we'll all get there together.
Very nice. Thank you, Roger and Kim. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right. Well, okay. So I'm fired up, man. Oh man. They got my mind going several different ways. Now I got to stay focused, because I got to talk to y'all about momentum. But it's like there's so much more I want to talk to y'all about. One thing is, what they mentioned about the New Zealand trip. So back in 2014, we had a cruise, and the theme for that year is get your ship together, meaning win the cruise, get your ship, S-H-I-P, get your S-H-I-P together, get your ship together. So we will, as a team, we will get our ship together. We will win the New Zealand cruise, and we will be on the ship in 2024. So let's get our ship together and let's win this cruise. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. So every week you delay, every day you delay in calling who you need to call, you understand that you move your time frame back a week. So you win the cruise a week later. You win the cruise a month later. Every day you delay in calling somebody you need to call to write a policy, you move your cruise back a day. You move the winning of the cruise back a week, a day. So every day matters. Every hour matters. Everything you do matters. You go, well, I'm not that important. You are important. You go, what I do is not important. What you do is important. You go, well, I don't make that much money. If you thought what you did was important, you would make more money. But because you feel like it's not important, you make less money. So I'm going to go over some things that we can do to get momentum and keep momentum. Just 3 things real quick. The first thing that we have to do to get momentum is be around people with momentum. So if you're on Rogers' team, I would be calling up Rogers and Kim and just asking questions, right? Because they got momentum. So anybody you see on the leaderboards, you need to be on the phone with them, asking questions, because those people have momentum. And so if you're having a bad day and you call somebody that's not in the business, they're going to tell you things that will not help you. But if you call somebody with momentum, they're going to tell you things that's going to help you. It may not be easy for you to hear. If you call a person with momentum, what they talk to you about may not be easy for you to hear. They won't coddle you. Why? Because they have momentum, so they're moving. So they're not going to coddle you and say, oh, it's okay, it must be hard. They're going to give you some good advice. And you need to be around people like that. You don't need to be around people that coddle you. I was telling somebody the other day that was like, they was feeling sorry for some guys. Like men don't need coddling. Men need direction. Men need direction, and men need accountability. So we don't need coddling, especially as men. But like in this business, if you want coddling, then you got to talk to somebody without momentum. But if you want direction and if you want results, you call somebody with momentum. So the number one key to get momentum and keeping momentum is to be around people with momentum, whoever that may be. We're going, Andy and Steven are flying in tomorrow. So we got a meeting here in Detroit, Andy and Steven. So it's like, where will I be tomorrow? On my sofa, eating Cheetos? Absolutely not. I'm going to be at that meeting in Ann Arbor around Andy and Steven. They have momentum. Andy got 2 private jets. He's getting another one. Why wouldn't I be at that meeting? Where else could I possibly be? It makes no sense to me. But there will be some people that won't be at the meeting. They'll be playing tiddlywinks. There'll be a bingo. They may even go bowling tomorrow night. But me and my team, we're going to be at that meeting. And the new people I talk to, they're going to be at that meeting. Why? Because we have to be around people with momentum. We have momentum and we want more momentum. So why would we miss the meeting? It makes no sense. All right. So the number 2 thing, we have to do things that gain momentum. So like Roger and Kim, they killed it when they were talking about thinking about who you can help next and taking action. So they think about who they can help next and they pick up the phone and call. In order to lose momentum, here's what you do. This is how you lose momentum. You think about who you need to help, and then you go find something else to do. You call your mother, call your siblings, you call up somebody that won't help. That's how you lose momentum. But you gain momentum by thinking of a client that you need to help, who needs insurance, who probably asked you for insurance, and you call them up and you book an appointment with them to go see them, to help them to write the policy, to get it issued so that you can get paid. So that's how you gain momentum. You got to take action. It's the money and the incentive does not come in thinking about somebody. Congratulations, you think about the person, but did you hear what Roger said? He thinks about them and then he calls them. So you have to think about the person, then call them. You have to think about somebody who can push your business forward and then call them. Rather it's recruiting. If you think about somebody who will be sharp in the business, you have to call them. If you think about a client you can help, pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. We got a new product. Or, hey, I was thinking about that policy you said you had. You're paying $200 a month for a $100,000 policy. I was looking at this company. I can actually save you like $100 a month. Would that help you? So it's like you're just thinking and then you're taking action. That helps you get momentum. That helps you to keep momentum. I got referrals that I have to call today. It's easy for me to not call them. I got so much stuff to do today. It's easy for me to not call them. But this is my business. So if I don't call them, I won't get the policy. I won't write the policy. I won't protect the family. I won't get the policy issued and I can't get paid. So everything's a domino effect. So like if you look in your bank account and you see, golly, I got like $500. That's a domino effect from what you didn't do 2 weeks ago. Or you can look in your account and see $8,000. Like Roger said, Kim, you look in your account and you see 8 grand, 10 grand that just got deposited. That's a domino effect from what they did 2 weeks ago. So we want to do things to gain momentum. And the last thing, we want to speak right. So the reason why we hang around with people with momentum is because they're speaking right. They don't talk negative. They don't say negative things like nobody will buy from me. They don't say negative things like, oh, these leads are bad. Or they don't say negative things like, oh, man, struggling. I figure this thing out, I'm struggling. Growing up, my mother used to always say, Shirley Edwards, my mother, she used to always say, watch your mouth, watch your mouth, watch your mouth. I can't even remember what I was saying. She used to always say, watch your mouth. We need, see, the problem with us not having parents and us being adults is we don't have anybody around us to say, watch your mouth. Now, if you're around people with momentum and you talk negative like that, they're going to say, watch your mouth. Like if you say anything around Andy or Steven, they're going to say, hey, don't say that. Say this. So in essence, watch your mouth. So it's like, hey, maybe everybody need to carry around my mother. It's like, call my mother. Hey, look, I'll give you my mother's number, call her up. But if you're talking negative, she go, watch your mouth, watch your mouth. No, but we need to watch our own mouths. So just understand that what you say, see, what do Think and Grow Rich say? Thoughts are things, right? Thoughts are things, words are things. So our words lead to thoughts, and our thoughts can be a wall that we have to go around or we can't break through. So thoughts are things. So our words are things. What you say matters. If you're constantly saying I'm struggling, you're going to constantly be in lack. But if you start saying everybody buys from me, who wouldn't buy from me? I got these people to call. I got these people to help. Who wouldn't want my help? Everybody wants my help. Everybody's buying insurance. Everybody's getting in my business. See, that's way different from I'm struggling. Well, this economy. You can choose to participate in the recession or not. It's up to you. Do you want to participate in the recession? I don't want to participate. I understand there might be one going on, but I choose not to participate. Why? Because I'm thinking about what you focus on expands. So I'm focused on the next person I can help. Like Roger said, I'm focused on what can I do next. I'm focused on going to Ireland. I'm focused on the view from the edge. So that's what you focus on. You don't focus on you struggling. You don't even, you don't even focus on what's in your bank account right now, because what's in your bank account right now won't be what's in your bank account next week if you would take action and get to getting. So don't worry about what's in your bank account now. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $1 in your bank account right now. I wouldn't care. I'm focused on what you are going to do today. I'm focused on what you're going to do for the rest of the week. I'm focused on you picking up that phone and making a phone call and saying, hey, I was just thinking about you. I got something I might want to help. I got something I want to help you with. I got something I know you're going to need help with. I got something I know is going to help you. Hey, I got a business that I know you're going to like. What are you doing now? See, that's what you can focus on, not what you got going on now. These are 3 ways. So being around people with momentum, doing things to gain momentum, which is taking action, moving, picking up the phone, go. And then speaking right, watching your mouth. Like my mother say, watch your mouth. So watch your mouth. Stop talking negative. Don't be negative. Talk about what you're going to do. Dear God, if you're married, don't let your wife hear what you got going on. It's like talk right. Watch your mouth. Talk about what you're going to do. Talk about where you're going to be. Do not talk about the lack and what you don't have, what you wish you could have done better, all that stuff. That's the way to lose momentum. So, man, I'm glad Steven asked me to do this call. I'm glad I was able to talk to y'all today. Congratulations again to everybody who was on the leaderboard. Our team killed it. We flooded the leaderboards, and we're going to continue to flood the leaderboards I'm so happy. I love my team. I'm proud of y'all. Man, let's if we got the momentum, let's keep the momentum, and we're gonna keep growing that momentum, and we will take Stephen to the #1 hierarchy in NAA, and we'll be right behind him, and we going partner, baby. So I will see y'all at I'll see some of y'all tomorrow. I'll see the rest of y'all at A View from the Edge, and all right.